As you can see here, I've got a tray of strawberries, and what I've done is something that we called sizing our berries. I snipped off just the unripe part, so I have nice, deep, beautiful red color for my tart, and I put the like-sized ones with their cousins. So I have all the super jumbos here, and the extra larges here, and the larges there, and the mediums here, and a couple stray guys there that have no cousins at all. And I picked out all the small ones that are the same height for this particular tart, and I can use those for other tarts. I want strawberries of the same height for this style of tart so that it's all level. It looks much more elegant that way. So, that being said, I've got these smaller berries here. I'm just going to set this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my blind baked pate sucrée shell. And you remember how we got here. We did the same thing that we did with the pate brisée. We laid the dough in, we pinpricked where we needed to so that it wouldn't rise or buckle, and then we folded over this bit of crust and pressed it against the interior of the tart pan here so we can get that nice, firm, fluted edging, and then we baked it blind. And now that it's cooled, we're ready to work with it. And the first thing that I'm going to do is lay in some of my pastry cream. I've got some of that here, and I'm going to use my spatula to put some of that in the middle. And, you know, I don't want to put too much pastry cream in there, just about 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch in depth. So I put as much as I need into the middle of the tart, and then I take my offset spatula, and working very carefully, I'm going to bring that from one side to the other, turn, and start turning. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process until I have a nice, even coating. And you see the way every time I do that, I'm able to bring more to the side, and then I'm going to come back against it. And now, working very purposefully with the front part of the offset, I'm going to bring this around. And there, almost. Now, I don't need to make the top super smooth because the berries are going to go there, but I do want to make sure that it's uniform in depth, because if I don't, when I slice into it, one slice of tart is going to look different than the other. And I don't want that to happen. So there we go. I'm satisfied that that is an equal depth all the way around. And I'm going to begin laying in my berries. And I'm going to start at one edge here. I'm just going to press down a little bit just so that they stay nice and firm and don't wobble too much. Again, I'm not trying to use 80 berries that are all identical in width or girth, just in height. And when I get to this point, I'm going to start laying in my edge, because I don't want to get to the edge and find out, just like one of those tile jobs in the bathroom, that you got to cut every tile in half. I didn't come this far to ruin my tart. So there, I've got them across the edge, and I've got some ones here that are longer than they are wide. I'm going to use those. There. Used almost all of those berries. And I've got that beautiful tart. Now, I want this to be able to sit around for a little while and not look dead when I bring it to the table for my guests. So I've got this beautiful glaze here. Now, that glaze is just red currant jelly mixed with a little bit of balsamic vinegar, brought to a boil, and then strained to make sure I didn't have any lumps or clumps or seeds or little bits of currant skin that might be in it. Better safe than sorry at this point. Again, I've gone to all this trouble already. And all I want to do is make sure to cover each berry. So I dab the top, and I use the edges of my brush to get down around there. I don't want to create puddles of this in my pastry cream. I just want to coat the berries. See if we have any flat spots. There's one. And there we have it. A beautiful glazed strawberry tart with pastry cream on our pate sucrée.